Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, if the brothers could please come close, inshallah we'll begin the program. Barakallahu feekum wa rahmatullah.
Don't look too serious.
Gotta look. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem. Wa ala sa'ilil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Wa ala al-malaikati al-muqarrabeen. Wa ala ibadihi as-salihin. Amma ba'd. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل بفضل الله وبرحمته فبذلك فليفرحوا هو خير مما يجمعون. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. Honorable ulama, respected elders and guests, beloved brothers and sisters in Islam. Today we gather here for a very auspicious occasion, an occasion that we do not value on our own accord, but rather such an auspicious occasion whose value is exalted in the Holy Qur'an itself, along with the command to rejoice. So by being here, we are following one of the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear elders, brothers and sisters in Islam, this occasion is none other than that which we celebrate, we commemorate, we solemnize to the fact that amongst us are fellow brethren who have brought the entire Qur'an into the preservation of their hearts and mind. It is truly a mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are here today to witness such a feat. But its greatness is not without its strangeness that it also entails. Now why do I say that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a very intricate system by which He has ordained that this world function and its matters run. But what is more awe-inspiring is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala flips our logic, He flips our understanding in front of our eyes, so that we can truly comprehend the greatness, the majesty, the might, the glory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we look in the Holy Qur'an, we find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His display of power and majesty, He employs a system of opposites, in which logic is turned against us. If it is the creation of the universe, we find that this was done with a phenomena that resembled a giant explosion, or as science coins it, the Big Bang. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Qur'an, أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا. That have those who have disbelieved not considered that the heavens and the earth were joined into a single entity, singularity they call it, and we separated them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, وَالسَّمَاءِ بَنَيْنَاهَا بِأَيْدٍ وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِعُونَ. And the sky, we have created it with power, and verily we are the expanders of it. Such an explosion which does not bring about destruction, but rather creation. And it itself does not end, because explosions, as we know, are quite instantaneous in their nature. But such an explosion that it is continuing. Scientists have recently discovered that the universe is an ever-expanding phenomenon. If it be the destruction of the people of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam, then according to a riwayat of tafsir, it was by water that came out from their fireplaces. If it is the destruction of the people of Thamud, it is by a sound that shattered their beings, that shattered their human bodies, but left their homes that were carved into the mountains untouched, unscathed. Likewise, the list continues. My dear brothers, elders and sisters, let's think for a moment, where are we currently? We are currently in the state of Georgia. Now what is the history of Georgia? It is a state known as the Empire State of the South for its industrial and agricultural might during the era of the Civil War. It is a state that's history is marked with the violation of human rights with its horrid slavery, a state scarred with the history of persecution against colored individuals, a state known for its deeply rooted racism. Who would have thought just a few decades ago that in the same state that once stood for the enslavement, the unjust enslavement of people just based on the color of skin, that this very state would become a center of Islamic knowledge and produce protectors of the Qur'an that hail from 6 out of 7 continents of the earth? Who would have imagined, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam? Indeed, this is a time for us to rejoice in the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, we will begin this blessed program with a few presentations from the student body. First, we will call it Hafiz Abdul Rahman Musalli to deliver for us a speech in the beautiful Arabic language.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. سادتي وإخواني، من الحقائق الأولية أن الحياة متحركة ومتطورة دائمة الشباب مستمرة النمو، تنتقل من طور إلى طور ومن لون إلى لون، لا تعرف الوقوف ولا الركود، ولا تصاب بالهرم والتعطل، فلا يسايرها في رحلتها الطويلة المتواصلة إلا دين حافر بالحركة والنشاط، لا يتخلف عن ركب الحياة، ولا يعجز عن مسايرته وزمالته، ولا تقصر عنه خطواته، ولا تنفذ حيويته ونشاطه. وذلك شأن الإسلام، فإنه كان مؤسساً على عقائد ثابتة وحقائق خالدة، زاخراً بالحياة حافراً بالنشاط، له من الحيوية معين لا ينضب ومادة لا تنفذ، صالحاً لكل زمان ومكان، وعنده لكل طور جديد من أطوار الحياة، ولكل مجتمع أصلي من مجتمعات البشر مدد لا يقصر عن الحاجة ولا يتأخر عن الأوان. إنه دين حي ورسالة خالدة، إنه حي كالحياة في نفسها، وخالد كخلود الحقائق الطبيعية ونواميس الحياة. إنه تقدير العزيز العليم، وصنع الله الذي أتقن كل شيء، وقد ظهر في شكله النهائي وطوره الكامل، وأعلن يوم عرفة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. فهو يجمع بين الكمال الذي انتظار بعده لدين آخر ولا حاجة معه إلى رسالة جديدة، وبين الحيوية التي لا نفاد لها ونشاط الذي لا آخر له، ولذلك استطاع أن يساير الحياة ويراقبها في وقت واحد ويتابعها في صلاحها واستقامتها، وينكر عليها في انفراحها وزيغها، فلا هو مساير مائع ككثير من الفلسفات النظرية، فلا هو مساير مائع ككثير من الأديان المحرفة، ولا هو مقارب جامد ككثير من الفلسفات النظرية. وذلك مثل الدين الكامل، ومثل الدين الحي للإنسان الحي الذي يشعر بشعوره ويعترف بحاجته ويرشده في مشاكله ويعارضه في الاتجاهات الفاسدة. ولما كان الدين الإسلامي هو الدين الأخري ودين العالمي، ولما كانت الأمة الإسلامية هي الأمة الأخيرة التي اختيرت لتبليغ الرسالة السماوية إلى أهل الأرض، إنه لا نبي بعدي ولا أمة بعدكم، وكتب لها الخلود والانتشار في الآفاق، كان من الطبيعي أن تمر في رحلتها الطويلة الواسعة بمراحل عصيبة ومواقيف دقيقة لا عهد للتاريخ بها وإرشاد ومواقيف دقيقة لا عهد للتاريخ بها وتبتلى بعصور وأجيال لم تعرفها أمة قبلها. وأن تواجه صراعا في ميدان العقول والعلم والحضارة والاجتماع والتشريع لم تواجهها أمة قبلها. ولكم أن تتساءلوا كيف استطاعت الأمة أن تقاوم بمؤثرات الخارجية العنيفة وتقلبات التي لا تكاد تنتهي واختلاف الزمان والمكان. وقد يكفي للقضاء على ديانة قديمة أو تحريفها على الأقل كما وقع مرارا في تاريخ الأديان. والجواب أنها استطاعت بقوات منها هي الحيوية الكامنة في وضع الإسلام نفسه وصلاحيته هي الحيوية التي لا ولكم أن تتساءلوا كيف استطاعت الأمة أن تقاوم بمؤثرات الخارجية العنيفة وتقلبات التي لا تكاد تنتهي واختلاف الزمان والمكان. ولكم أن تتساءلوا كيف استطاعت الأمة أن تقاوم بمؤثرات الخارجية العنيفة وتقلبات التي لا تكاد تنتهي واختلاف الزمان والمكان. وقد يكفي للقضاء على ديانة قويمة قديمة أو تحريفها على الأقل كما وقع مرارا في تاريخ الأديان. والجواب أنها استطاعت بقوات منها هي الحيوية الكامنة في وضع الإسلام نفسه وصلاحيته للحياة وإرشاد في كل بيئة وفي كل محيط وفي كل عهد من عهود التاريخ. فقد خص الله محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم برسالة وتعاليم وإرشاد الإنسان صالحة لكل زمان ومكان تستطيع أن تواجه ما يتجدد من الشؤون وأطوال الحياة وتحل كل ما يعتري من المشكلات والمعضلات والدراسة العميقة الشاملة للقرآن الكريم والحديث الصحيح ومصادر الإسلام كفالة بالاقتناع ما أقول، ولكنه موضوع الفقه الإسلامي ونظم الإسلامية. وقد وضح من وجود هؤلاء المصلحين المجددين للدين الإسلامي باستمرار لا يحمل مجرد المصادفات، وإن هذا هو الدين الذي اختاره الله تعالى لتوجيه العالم وإرشاد الإنسان. وقضى بخلوده وبقائه. وإن مهمة الهداية وإرشاد الإنسانية الجليلة التي كان الأنبياء يبعوثون لها في عصور الماضية وإن مهمة الهداية وإرشاد الجليلة التي كان الأنبياء يبعوثون لها في كل وإن مهمة الهداية وإرشاد الإنسانية التي كان الأنبياء يبعوثون لها في عصور الماضية قد ألقيت على عاتق هذه الأمة التي تخلف خاتم النبيين صلى الله عليه وسلم في هذه المهمة. وإنه لا يخلو من زمان من الأزمان من دعاته وخلفائه. بارك الله فيكم، جزاكم الله خيرا، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بارك الله فيهم وحياهم الله. One thing about a school is that in a school you are preparing a student to step out into the world. Whether it be a university, whether it be a technical school, whatever it may be, the purpose of the school is that within the confines of a school, within the confines of the supervision of these instructors and the confines of the support of the community, a person is able to learn the skills by which he is going to step out into the world and benefit society. So that is the goal of any institution in which students are able to step up, they're able to conquer their fears, and they're able to expand their own horizons. At the Institute, we encourage all students to maximize on their talents so that they may be distinguishable as men of skill, manners, and honor. It is incumbent on a Muslim to adorn themselves with the most superior of whatever skills they may be, whatever is in their grasp, and then to strive to lead others in that field, just as the great scholars of the past used to do. In school, it's within our own curriculums growing up. I bear testimony to it, that when we are studying the history of the Eastern world, it's usually 7th grade in Georgia curriculum. One of the chapters in our textbooks is obviously the Muslim world, and the influence Islam had on the progress of mankind within the Asian, African, European continent. There is not a field in modern sciences in which we cannot say that Muslims had nothing to do with. Whether it be medicine, then the scholars of the past were the greatest doctors. Whether it be engineering, then the scholars of the past were the greatest engineers. For example, when we go to places like Turkey, when we go to other places in the world that may have been part of the Roman Empire, we see they have these magnificent domes. The truth is not, people don't know how many times the domes had collapsed because they were not constructed properly. What is the reality behind the matter of these intricate domes we see scattered across the world? My dear brothers, elders, and sisters, this is Muslim architecture. We mastered the silence. We mastered the science. If it be agriculture, if it be irrigation of a city, if it be city plan and design. When the Reconquista in Spain happened, in España, what happened? It was Muslim territory, and eventually the Christians came and reconquered it. But what happened? When the Christians came, they could not bring themselves to tear down the masajid. They could not bring themselves to tear down the madaris. Why? Because of the beauty of the architecture. They could not find a way to improve upon the agriculture, the irrigation that was already placed. That's why you will go and you'll find La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah written across the walls. You'll find ayat written across the walls. And the most they could do to signify that they were there is just hang up crosses here and there. This is the influence Islam has had in our world. But many people tried to hide it. Many people tried to hide it. So as Muslims, it is our job to whatever field we go into that we try our best. Because Islam teaches us to do ihsan. As the poem with the Nabi goes, he says, وَمَا أَنَا مِنْهُمْ بِالْعَيْشِ فِيهِمْ وَلَكِنْ مَعْدَنِ الذَّهَبِ الرُّغَامُ. That I am not amongst them simply because I live here. But isn't the resting place of gold, isn't the place where you find gold, isn't the place where gold resides within the dirt? So this is the goal as Muslims, that we try to be the gold of society. We be that precious metal of society, that valuable asset of society, that shining member of society that people value, that people use and people take benefit from. Inshallah, now we will call up Hafiz Shahzad and Hafiz Jibreel and Hafiz Rizwan to recite for us in the Nasheed.
مسلمون 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 حيث كان الحق والعدل نكون نرتضي الموت ونأبى أن نهون في سبيل الله ما أحلى المنون نحن بالإسلام كنا خير معشر وحكمنا باسمه كسرى وقيصر وزرعنا العدل في الدنيا فأثمر ونشرنا في الوراء الله أكبر فاسألوا إن كنتم لا تعلمون مسلمون 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 حيث كان الحق والعدل نكون نرتضي الموت ونأبى أن نهون في سبيل الله ما أحلى المنون سائل التاريخ عنا ما وعى من حمى حق فقير ضيعا من بنى للعلم صرحا أرفعا من أقام الدين والدنيا معا سائلوا سيجيب المسلمون مسلمون 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 حيث كان الحق والعدل نكون نرتضي الموت ونأبى أن نهون في سبيل الله ما أحلى المنون
نحن بالإيمان أحيينا القلوب نحن بالإسلام حررنا الشعوب نحن بالقرآن كرمنا العيوب وانطلقنا في شمال وجنوب ننشر النور ونمحو كل عيوب
مسلمون 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 حيث كان الحق والعدل نكون نرتضي الموت ونأبى أن نهون في سبيل الله ما أحلى المنون قل نعد عدل الهداة الراشدين قل نصل مجد الأبات الفاتحين شقي الناس بدنيا دون دين فلنعدها رحمة للعالمين لا تقل كيف فإنا مسلمون 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 حيث كان الحق والعدل نكون نرتضي الموت ونأبى أن نهون في سبيل الله ما أحلى المنون
ما شاء الله سبحان الله جميل
MashaAllah, takbir. Sheikh Abdul Mateen, inshallah, please come to the front. Barakallah feek. MashaAllah, every year he tries hiding in the back. Earlier, in the introduction, I mentioned a few points. I mentioned a few points regarding the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or that methodology through which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala carries out certain orders of His. It was a system of opposites. But there are other things He implied, there are other methodologies, other sunnah He has as well, other ways He carries out His orders. Amongst the subjects and matters of the world, there are such that improve and evolve for the better over the course of time. For example, the study of technology, for example, the field of medicine. These kind of fields are a evolving, progressing science in their inherent nature. As time goes by, they become better, they improve. However, there are also such fields, there are some matters that actually are most pristine in their original form, at their initiation, when they first come into being. And over time, through varying influences, they change and they progress into a less valuable state, or they depreciate in value. Our deen, the deen of Islam, is an example of the latter. That Islam was at its most prestigious condition, its most pure condition, its most untainted and most superior condition at its inception. When the light of Nabuwah, when the beautiful Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was present, then afterwards the next best generation was when his Sahaba radiallahu anhum were walking the earth. ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ. Then the ones that came after and the ones that came after. So how does Islam change for the worse? It is only and only because of the effects of shaitan's actions, because of shaitan's da'wah towards mankind, towards shaitan's endeavor, his goal to drag as many of us to Jahannam with him as possible. And those who follow him, they have this common goal of how can we tarnish Islam? How can we attack Islam? How can we attack the Muslimin? How can we make it so they are not the superior, how they are not the cream of the crop? So the world does not look at them with the honor that they deserve, that the honor that is their due right. This is the goal of shaitan. That is why Rasulullah ﷺ warned us of negative influences when he said, وَإِيَّاكُمْ وَالْمُحْدَثَاتِ الْأُمُورِ, that beware of new invented matters, meaning those matters that are inserted into deen that will pull you away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that will pull you away from the deen of Islam. So now, when it comes to this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also employed a system to bring Islam back to its glory, to bring Islam to its natural state, to bring Islam closer to its pure state. And this is a system in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala employs men. They are known as mujaddideen. They are known as mujaddideen. These are men that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He raises them, He uses them to challenge the negative influences against the purity of our faith. So inshallah, regarding mujaddideen, we'll have Sayyid Hafiz Ahaz Atif to come and speak to us. Barakallahu feek.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا نحن نزلنا الذكر وإنا له لحافظون. صدق الله العظيم. Honorable ulama, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, every person who Allah Ta'ala places on this earth has a vast expanse of land and sea laid out before him, as if this life is a great journey whose tales are for the person himself to write with his choices and actions. For this life, a journey challenged by shadows of instability and insecurity, it is imperative for us to have with us a guiding light by which we can avoid the darknesses obscuring and lingering over the path we must take. That light, that guiding light, is the deen of Islam. For it is a religion unparalleled in its application and vitality, unchallenged in its effectiveness and versatility. For Allah Ta'ala has said, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم. Today I have perfected my religion for you, or your religion for you. وأتممت عليكم نعمتي. And I have completed my favor upon you. ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. And I have chosen Islam as a religion for you. This ayah is a clear indication that Allah Ta'ala has perfected this deen for us, and has done so in a way that it is capable of persevering through tumultuous changes and deviations unlike any other religion. It is a final religion chosen for us till the end of time. For Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, لا نبي بعدي, there will be no prophet after me, ولا أمة بعد أمتي, and there will be no nation after my nation. For this reason, it is only natural that Islam faces and overcomes numerous hardships and trials while maintaining its integrity in ways no other religion, nation, or ideology before it has. Islam refuses to concede to different forms of attacks and does not shy away from challenges. In the course of its history, Islam has been challenged on countless occasions, yet despite this, it has persevered through its many strengths that Allah Ta'ala has granted it. From among such strengths are strong, active men in every era who spread truth, revive hearts, and repel evils. These men are known as mujaddidun, which means those who revive. It is mentioned in Sunan Abu Dawood from Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Allah will raise for this ummah at the end of every 100 years one who will revive its religion for it. This is due to Allah Ta'ala's promise, إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ. Verily we are the ones who reveal the reminder, وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. And verily we are the ones who will safeguard it. By sending such exemplary people, Allah Ta'ala protects the message of Islam from deviations, falsehoods, and decline. One such example is that of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, radiyallahu anhu, who was a Khalifa during the Umayyad Khilafah, which began approximately 30 years after the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The great scholar Sufyan al-Thawri rahimahullah has said that the Khulafa Rashidun numbered 5: Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, and Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. Although he was not a Sahabi, his life and character was such that he has been placed side by side with the 4 rightly guided Khulafa, who were the greatest of the Sahaba radiyallahu anhu ajma'in. He was in fact the great-grandson of Sayyidina Umar al-Faruq radiyallahu anhu. Although Umar ibn Abdul Aziz ruled as a Khalifa for only 2.5 years, during this brief period of time, he drastically reformed the Islamic world, and thus, as Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, as well as a great number of ulama have opined that he was the first mujaddid in Islam. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz lived during the era of the Umayyads, in which the effects of luxury and extravagance began to take a toll on the Khilafah. Some leaders began to live like kings and princes, using the wealth of the Ummah to satisfy